Hello, and welcome to Right is Right, where we discuss the news happening around the U.S. every day. And of course, all the stupid things that liberals do. And they do a lot of stupid things, so I will have plenty of material. Before we begin today's video, I would like to say that all Americans are equal. Regardless of your skin color, we are equal in the eyes of God and also the laws of the United States. Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today's video is going to be talking about a very touchy subject, especially in today's hypersensitive political landscape in the US at the moment. I got the idea for today's video from an article that I read about the war zone happening in Wisconsin. A very tragic thing happened, and as I was reading the article, it made me question, is the media biased against certain groups of people and for other groups? Well, we are going to delve into that today in this video. Okay, while doing research for this video, it was pretty difficult to find the stories needed to compare so that I could show you all that there is indeed a bias in the media. Why was it so hard? Well, because the media is great at burying stories or ignoring specific stories completely. There are actually quite a few black conservatives that speak out against this bias against whites in the media, and they call it out constantly. I am a subscriber to many of these channels because I really enjoy watching someone tell the truth, regardless of race. However, the media does care about race, and they play the game of identity politics. That's why they are notorious for using code words such as teens, teenagers, and youths. And when you see those words, you already know who's committed the crime. They just refuse to give a description of the criminals. But if it is a white person that commits the crime, they have no problem writing white. And in fact, they usually are eager to do so. They do everything in their power to try to portray one particular group of people as the ones that commit all these terrible crimes, like the R-word crimes, if you know what I mean. They're the ones that perpetrate almost all the negative things that happen in the United States, while the other group mostly get ignored and are given a pass by the mainstream media, and their stories are either buried or only talked about for a brief moment and then forgotten. Quickly forgotten. If you want to find these stories, you have to dig pretty deep. Or you can go to conservative websites if you want to find the full and truthful story. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the story and the reason for this video today. The article is from the AP. And I think most of you all probably know that the AP was once upon a time a decent place to read the news. But sadly, it has also been taken over by this agenda, and you can see that in this article here about Kyle Rittenhouse and the violent liberal protesters that attacked him on the night of August 25th. And what is the second word in the very first sentence? White. A white 17-year-old police admirer was arrested Wednesday after two people were shot to death during a third straight night of protests in Kenosha over the police shooting of a black man, Jacob Blake. Why does his race even matter? It doesn't. In fact, this wasn't even a racial altercation. He was fighting with several white liberals. So why did they mention his race in the article? It is because they jump at the chance to demonize and to make white people look bad. And it is obvious that that is their agenda. Most of you all watching, I'm sure, know about this story. And if you want, you can read this story from the AP. I've linked it in the description below. Now, let's get back to the purpose of this video. I'm going to show you all other examples of the race bias in the media. Let's take a look at some news clippings and pay attention to how they write about the stories. And we can see in the first one that in South Carolina, a black man killed 2 white people after a fender bender. And in the article, there is no mention of his race. In fact, I had to search for his picture because it wasn't included. There is also no mention of the race of his victims either. Now take a look at how TMZ and ABC News covers incidents involving an interracial conflict, like what happened in South Carolina. From TMZ, white cop shoots unarmed black man 7 times point blank. ABC News, Florida man convicted in parking lot shooting a black man. And below it says a Florida jury has convicted a white man of manslaughter in the fatal shooting of an unarmed black man. So you can see they absolutely make sure they want to magnify the race of one group of people and gloss over the other one. Now let's take a look at another example, and I think this one drives home my point even further. In Louisville, one black man sadly kills another black man and his 3-year-old daughter. 28-year-old Evan Ross murdered 3-year-old Trinity and her 23-year-old father, Brandon Waddles. Now, why is this story important to this video? Because there is no mention of races. I had to search yet again for the perpetrator's photo and also the victim's photos. Now, look what happened in Kenosha. A white person, Kyle Rittenhouse, fought other white people. It wasn't racial at all. And he killed 2 white people. In self-defense, I would also like to say, in my opinion. But his race was happily mentioned when it had no reason to be mentioned. Again, it wasn't a racial conflict. They're eager to mention race when it is a good story to demonize a white person so that they can fit it into the narrative. And remember, this video is not meant to demonize anyone or any group of people, or to make anyone look better than others. No. Like I said in the beginning, we are all equal. But I feel I need to let people see that there is a silent war happening right now. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't even know it's happening. You see, the more that they say something over and over and over, your mind will start to believe it regardless if it is a lie or not. And you may ask yourself, what is the purpose of the media doing this? Well, it's simple. To cause division among the people. Divided people are far easier to conquer and to put in line. It's like President Trump said, the media are the enemy of the American people. We need to fight against this racial division, and I know that it's not something easy to do when you see our cities being burned to the ground. But that also brings up another type of bias, political bias, but that is maybe for another video in the future. Now, I could show you all many more examples, but that would take days because there are so many examples. And I don't have the time anyways because these videos take quite a bit of time to make. So I will wrap up today's video with this. Pay attention to what you read and what you watch, especially knowing that the bias does exist. Every news story you watch and every news article you read is carefully scripted and planned for. The same is for any of the Hollywood movies. It is not just a passing comment or a depiction. No, these things are planned out in advance and purposely put in for a reason. Anyway, everybody, that will do it for this video today. If you could, please leave a comment in the comment section below, and you can let me know what you think about the media bias that's happening right now. Also, please share the video with your friends and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And lastly, please hit that like button because, of course, it helps my channel grow. And that's it for today, guys. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next video.